channel. I'm so excited for today's video because today is Monday, April 1st, and it is just the perfect day for a monthly reset. I feel like when the new month starts on a Monday or a Sunday, it is just like the vibe because, especially a Monday, just because it feels like the start of a fresh week, it's the start of a fresh month, and it's April, which I love April. It's like a really spring, but then it's also kind of like getting you ready for summer, which I'm just so excited about. It's also my birthday month, which is very fun. So I'm very excited for today's video. I'm gonna be doing a full monthly reset with you guys. I have a lot to reset too because we just got over having my daughter's first birthday, which was very, very fun. And then we also had Easter right after that. So it was just like back-to-back parties, a very busy month of March. So I'm definitely feeling ready for a reset, getting some new habits and routines set. This is the first video in my new series called Beautifully Balanced. I feel like after having a new baby, it's like the whole first year is just unbalanced, and that's totally great. Like, it's just a lot of time spent with your baby, a lot of time eating whatever looks good because you're breastfeeding, or just totally deprived of nutrients because you're just taking care of a new baby all the time and you're eating your toddler's leftovers. It's just like a lot, and the house is always a mess. You don't have much of a routine because you don't know what to expect from the baby. So I feel like I'm just now finally getting into a spot where I'm like, okay, I think we can start a new routine. I think I can start setting in some healthy habits for myself. I'm feeling good physically. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more sleep. So very excited to just rediscover my balance, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna take you guys along with me. So my game plan is, as of right now, to start vlogging every day and kind of take you guys along this journey for the whole month of April. For a lot of reasons. Number one, I love making content, but it's been really hard for me to find time to do it ever since having Zoe. I feel like I was making a lot of like pregnancy and like get ready for baby content right before Zoe came, and then it was like radio silence for the whole next few months. I feel like my last video for real came out like right before she was born, so I haven't made any videos in a really long time. So it's gonna be really fun getting to just reset and refresh. I do have a video that I shot a couple days ago that I'll also be posting that was a spring clean with me. Very excited about that. That might come up before this video, but today we're gonna be doing a reset. So I'm gonna take you guys through my health goals, my finance goals, my fitness goals, and also just some personal goals for myself. And we're also gonna be doing a big grocery shop today because it's time to meal plan. The house is empty of food. We have a few leftovers and things that we need to finish up, but for the most part, it's time to like completely meal prep. Right now I'm eating leftovers. I'm having some veggie beef pad thai. This recipe is so easy. I'm gonna make it again probably this month and film it for Instagram. That's where I'm gonna be putting a lot of the recipes I find and come up with on Instagram because that's just a good place to keep everything. That's what I'm having right now. It's so yummy. The kids are having that too. Zoe just woke up from her nap, so she's not super hungry right now, but I'm gonna quickly eat and then we are going to go grocery shopping. When it comes to meal planning, I have on my Pinterest basically a list of recipes. I go every now and then and will like look through different recipes that kind of fit with my nutrition goals and my family's nutrition goals, and I try to pin them and then I try them out and see which ones I like. So I have basically a big board of ones that I've pinned, and I'm just gonna go through and kind of pick out some of the recipes that I think would be good for this week. I also try to take a look at our weekly schedule, and if we have people coming over or if we're gonna be out to dinner one day, I try to kind of plan accordingly. This is also a Costco shop day, so on my Costco shop days, I'm also kind of thinking like, what are the things we eat on a regular basis as a family? So I always get like my organic chicken from Costco. I'll sometimes get organic beef if we need it. I'll get like, you know, roast, things like that. But we're actually pretty good on most of those things except chicken. So I am gonna get some chicken. I'm gonna get some more paleo sausages because those are really good and like a quick breakfast or lunch. I'm also gonna get some bulk veggies there. So I love getting like a big bag of their broccoli, bell peppers, things like that. So I have this really cute grocery list. I don't remember who gave this to me, but it just has like a little meal plan, and then it has a like grocery list here too. So I'm gonna list out all of the meals for the week. The other thing I like to do is I'll normally pick 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, 3 dinners, and then 3 like snacks and desserts. And that's what I like list out as far as the meal plan goes for a week to 2 weeks, depending on how much food I'm planning on buying. So I think I'm mainly gonna plan for, I'm gonna try to plan for 2 weeks because again, this is a reset day. So we're gonna get a lot done. So I'm gonna plan for like 2 weeks of groceries and list everything out. So it's gonna be a bigger haul, I think. All right, now that I'm done with my grocery list and all my little prepping, it's time to go to the store. Okay, so here's what I ended up getting from Costco. So first up, I got some of these Mama Chias for the kids because they both really like stuff like this, and this has some really good fiber in it. These looked so good. I haven't tried this flavor before. I normally get the Sabatino's paleo sausages, but I saw these chicken meatballs that said garlic, cilantro, and traditional spices. So they're more of like a Mexican meatball, which just sounded so yummy. I also was very hungry while I was shopping. I also got some Power Greens. These are my favorite for smoothies and salads. I got some medium cheddar. The kids eat a lot of cheese. I have cheese occasionally on like sandwiches and things like that, but the kids really like cheese. So got some of that. It's organic. These are a really great meal for all of us. These 3-bean vegan chilies, so yummy. And they're made with avocado oil, really great ingredients. So love those as a quick snack or lunch. I did get some organic raspberry jelly. I wish Costco would come out with a sugar-free, like all fruit spread. I've found it once and it was so good, but I haven't seen it since. So I got some organic bell peppers. These I always get at Costco. I then got some chicken thighs. I try to get like larger things of chicken when I do buy chicken at Costco, just because I don't normally make at least a meal, if not 2. I got some of this Thai coconut curry. I buy this every time I see it at Costco because they don't always have this brand, but this brand is really clean and just has great ingredients. And this coconut curry is so good. This is a really quick meal. I'll just like chop up some chicken, add some sauce to it, and like such an easy dinner. Super easy. I also got some uncured Black Forest ham. We don't do a lot of lunch meat, but I have been buying this recently just because Daniel likes sandwiches and Juliet will eat like a ham sandwich. She doesn't really like turkey, but she will eat a ham sandwich. So I also got a big thing of potatoes and some Greek yogurt. I love making make-ahead yogurt bowls for the kids and for myself. And then finally, a big thing of salmon, which I think I'm gonna make for dinner tonight. Okay, so now it's time to sit down and do our monthly reset. So this is kind of like the traditional monthly reset with the little Notion template and the whole 9 yards. I actually have a layout in my day planner that I use. It's been working really well for me. So it just kind of takes you through personal goals, health goals, work goals, financial goals, and then important dates or anything else to remember. So I wanna do a little recap of last month, just a couple of things that I feel like were really applicable to going forward into April. So first off, a couple of things that were like notable is number one, it was like my first month fully not working, which was really exciting. So February, I was kind of wrapping things up and I was completely done at the end of February. So March was like my first month not working, which was so nice. I feel like I had a lot of time to spend just like resting and recovering from burnout, and it's been a lot balancing like being a full-time mom and then also working a pretty demanding job. And so it was really nice just being able to have a full month of just kind of recovery. As soon as I had a little bit of bandwidth, it was amazing how like creativity started to flow and I started to feel more able to just take on projects and organize and just having more motivation. Another thing that I did in March that I was really happy about and excited for is I launched my Maddie Joy Fitness membership. So I kind of built out all of the groundwork for that, what I wanted the monthly deliverables to be for anyone in the membership. I created the group on my app and everything like that. And I actually got a few of my friends to beta test the program for me. So that began this month, but I did all of like the legwork and admin stuff in March. So I'm very excited about that. Another big thing for March that was just like small, but also like really important and we were really excited about is we redid our kitchen. I've always loved making cooking videos and things like that, but my kitchen was like the sore spot in my house where when we first moved in, it had like all the same appliances that like the renters had and everything like that. So we updated our appliances over the last couple of months, and then end of February, beginning of March, we completely redid the kitchen. And so it has new countertops and new backsplash. It's just beautiful and it makes me want to be in there all the time. So it was definitely a high point for March. Okay, so jumping into my personal goals for April. So first off, I want to wean, like at least night wean Zoey. So I've been exclusively breastfeeding her with supplementing formula every now and then if I'm like going out or something like that. But for the most part, she's been mainly breastfed. And it's been been definitely more challenging than it was with Juliet. Not so much from like a supply issue, but more she's just a biter and a pincher, and she also sleeps very, very poorly. So she just wakes up multiple times in the night and is mainly nursing for comfort at this point. So I'm trying to at least cut out the night feedings if I can. That's like my first goal. And then from there, I've already talked to her doctor, and we both were really good about kind of moving her to exclusively solids and kind of cutting it off at this point. So I'm not like rushing into it by any means. I'm more just kind of like rolling with the punches. So if she's particularly in the mood to bite me one day or pinch, I'll just kind of stop and like not do that and give her either a snack or some like a bottle of milk, whatever. But just kind of like starting that process and hoping to get her sleeping through the night. That's like the main goal, is to get her sleeping through the night. Okay, the next one is I would like to read at least one book this month, if not two. I probably can do two because the rest of this like year so far, I've done at least two, if not three, because I have like 2 different book clubs I'm part of. So I have to read a book for each of those book clubs. But I have a couple other books that I have on my list that I want to be reading. A lot have to do with like homeschooling and things like that, which I'll get into that goal as well. But I have just been doing kind of a lot of research and kind of getting things prepped for that. So I would like to at least get one book this month. So it might just be one of those homeschool books, or it might be one of the books I'm currently reading, something like that, or it might just be one of my books for book club. Next up, I would like to plan out Juliet's homeschool and start doing homeschool at least 3 days a week. So she's only 3, she's just turned 3 in December, and from my research, it seems like everyone is on the same page that like you do not need to start a curriculum at this early. Like there's no good reason to. However, I do think it helps a little bit just to like get my feet wet and to also give her things to do, because I find that we're still doing like more screen time than I would prefer, and I find I'm kind of defaulting to screen time when I don't know what to do. So I would like to basically lay out a really good like plan for her as far as what I would like to have her accomplish before she turns 4, within reason obviously, and just have some kind of goals for us to start with. So and some of it is just as simple as laying out like, okay, here's what is in like the toy she's gonna play with this morning, and giving her like different options each day instead of just kind of like putting the toys away every night and having like way too much down here, and just kind of giving her like those opportunities to play and explore with different things. I'm also really interested in kind of that unsupervised, supervised play where she can like explore in the backyard, but I'm not necessarily like standing over her watching her or sitting out there with her. I can like be in the kitchen cooking or whatever and just have the window open and be able to listen for her, and just give her that opportunity to explore and play without me kind of hovering over her. At least 1 week a month, Daniel has to work in Denver, so it's just the 3 of us, and those are the days that I find that she does the best when it comes to independent play, because Daniel is kind of her playmate. So if he's home, she like will constantly be going and looking for him and trying to play with him, and he obviously needs to work. So on the weeks that he's not home, she does really well. So I'm hoping that's the week that we'll get into kind of a good routine, and we can kind of stick with that even after he's working from home again. Next up in my personal goals is daily Bible reading. So I have the Bible app on my phone, and that's normally how I read my Bible, just because it's really convenient with the kids and I can just grab and go or read it wherever I am. But I am hoping to actually start the Bible recap plan, and I've heard really good things about that. And what we just got a tip from one of our friends, what she and her husband are doing is they both read the section of scripture for the day, and then they listen to the podcast, and then they'll discuss it together later on. So they are like doing it together and on the same track. So it's the same scripture section of scripture every day that they read, and then they can like listen to the podcast and discuss it. The podcast kind of goes more in depth on like what's happening and like the history behind that section of scripture and everything, which is really helpful for just understanding the Bible better. And it's also completely through the Bible. So if you have a goal of like reading through the Bible in a year or just in general, that's a really good plan that I've heard of. I've actually done part of it before, but it's been a long time. So that's the one I think we're going to do, and we're going to kind of take a page from our friend's book and do it that way, where we both read it and then we discuss it later on. And finally, for personal goals, I want to have at least 2 alone date nights with Daniel per month. We're very social people, and we always have like friends and family over, and it just seems like every single weekend, every single free night, we have something planned. If it's not like together, it's often like I'll be going out and he has to stay with the kids, or he's going out and I have to stay with the kids. And so I'm hoping to basically make where at least every other week we have an alone date night. So it's planned, we have a babysitter, and it's just the two of us going out, and we don't have too much of a time crunch, because sometimes we'll go out and we only have like an hour, or you know, something like that where it's really quick. And so I'm hoping to, again, in tandem with getting Zoe sleeping a little better, have those times where we can actually go out for a few hours, just the two of us, to reconnect. Moving on to health goals. So number one, I want to be working out for at least 30 minutes a day. So as I mentioned, I just launched my membership program, and the program that everyone's currently doing is the beginner body weight program. It's a 6-week program with 3 strength programs and 2 cardio programs per week and 2 rest days. So the cardio programs are kind of, you can do whatever you want. So I have some workouts in the app that you can follow along with, or you can do like a Peloton workout, or go for a run, or go for a walk, or whatever it is. So those are kind of like choose your own adventure, but then there's 3 programmed strength programs. So upper body, lower body, and total body. I am following that program, which means I'm working out for at least 30 minutes a day, and I'm really excited about it. I think like the app is really gonna help me because it's already like in there and I don't have to think about it. I can just like press play and go. I actually am gonna do it today, so you guys will see kind of like what that process is today, but I think today is upper body, so I'm very excited about that. Next up is I wanna drink 2 Stanleys of water. I am definitely the person who, if there's like LaCroix in the fridge, or soda, or anything else like kombucha, anything like that, coffee, I will definitely go toward like making a drink versus just filling up my Stanley with water. And so that is my goal, is to drink 2 Stanleys a day. Bare minimum, you should be drinking at least half your body weight in water per day. But depending on like where you live, like I live in a very dry climate, and during the summer, like when I'm exercising, everything like that, I'm even more like dehydrated. So I'm trying to drink like 2 Stanleys or closer to like 100 ounces of water a day, but at least 2 a day is the goal. Next up in my health goals is walking 10,000 steps a day, as well as 1 outdoor walk. So I definitely hit 10,000 steps really no problem with 2 kids, because I'm always like chasing them around and we don't sit still for very long. So hitting the 10,000 steps is not so much the problem. It's more just sometimes I literally don't feel like I get out of the house other than to like drive somewhere, pick up groceries, something like that. So now that the weather's starting to warm up, I'm really trying to have us be outside as much as possible. So hitting like 10,000 steps, but also doing at least 1 daily walk a day where I'm outside, out in the sun, rain or shine. And hopefully we can still do that with the weather. The next, like April is a very like fickle month where you'll have like beautiful warm days, and then some days it'll be snowing. So hoping that I can at least do 1 daily walk. Okay, and the next one is no phone after 9 p.m. So the reason it's 9 p.m. and not like 8 p.m. is because after the kids go to bed, that's like the first time that Daniel and I have any time together, and it's also the time we have any time to do anything. So making Instagram reels, editing YouTube videos, like anything like that, I often need my phone for. So sometimes I'll even film content at night after the kids go to sleep. So it's not like really realistic for me to be like, oh, after like kids are in bed, no more phone. So, but after 9 o'clock is when we're like pretty much down for the night, but I will find that that's when I'm more apt to be like, oh, I'm gonna go on to TikTok. I'm gonna like, and I'll scroll for like at least an hour. That's where it's like, okay, I should be asleep after 9 o'clock. So after 9 is when I wanna like have my phone charged, have it away from me. I've been charging it in the bathroom. So like, I feel like that's a good spot for it because it's kind of away from me, and it also helps me get out of bed in the morning. It's not like right within grabbing reach. It's out of my, like away from my bed. So I have to actually get out of bed to go turn off the alarm. So helps me also get up in the morning. Okay, moving on to work goals. So as I talked about earlier, my goal for this month is to vlog every single day. That's a big challenge for me because with kids and everything, it's very tricky. And sometimes I just am like, what am I supposed to be filming? Like, what should I be doing? But I think what's cool about this Beautifully Balanced series that I'm doing is finding balance and finding that time for me to actually pursue making content, which is so important to me and something I really enjoy for myself. Really helps balance out the time that I am playing with my kids, that I'm doing homeschool, that I'm making meals, that I'm getting up in the middle of the night with them, and just gives me something that's also for me because it's something I really enjoy doing. And I think that's really, really important. And so it also, I just notice a big difference in how I feel on the days that I'm able to create content, the days I'm able to get a workout in. I feel much, much better, and I feel like I'm a way better, more present mom when I have those little snippets of time for myself versus the days that I'm just 100% pouring into my kids, and by the end of the day I'm like, okay, I need time alone, I want to just veg out. Those are the days that I don't feel as fulfilled because there isn't that give and take, that balance, that, you know, creating time for myself as well. And I think it's important for my kids too, especially having girls. I think it's important for them to see me exercising. I think it's important for them to see me, you know, pursuing the things I'm passionate about, like filming and creating content. So those are really important. And so filming every single day, I think, is really gonna help with that. It also helps me do other things that are like healthy habits. So if I'm filming every day, I know that I need to like work out because you guys are gonna be checking in. I know I need to be going for a daily walk, checking off these goals every single day. So I'm kind of just like almost using it as that, of like a diary of just making sure, hey, did I work out today? Did I drink my water? Did we go for a walk? Did we spend time outside? Am I filming? Like, those are all the things that like I wanna be checking off every single day. You know, reading my Bible, you know, having uninterrupted play with the kids, like all of those things. And I think filming and documenting all of it is really gonna help. So I'm not much of a journaler, like a physically writer journaler. I never have been. So this is kind of my version of that. Okay, so the next one is daily Instagram posts. So this could be a photo, it could be a workout, it could be a recipe. And this one's a little tricky because I am trying not to be on my phone when I'm with the kids. So not like editing content or anything where I'm like, you know, staring at my screen while they're, you know, present. I'm trying to be more present and just, you know, either cleaning or playing with them or whatever when they're around. And that way, you know, they're not just constantly seeing me stare at a screen, because I'm trying to help them not just constantly stare at screens. So it's kind of that, you know, balance. But I do often film content where I'm like, you know, oh, where I'm making a recipe, so I'll just have the camera rolling when I'm doing that, and then I can edit it later. So I'm hoping to do more recipes, more workouts, and I'm gonna kind of try some options between like reels and like swipe through workouts, because I kind of see both of those as, you know, the reels are good for just like inspiration, where people can kind of be like, oh cool, and then like screenshot the exercise to do later. And then like the swipe through ones are like, oh, this is the actual like program I want to do. So and I definitely want to throw in some snippets of the workouts that I'm putting in my programs in my app, so that can be good promotion for those too. And then finally, I just want to continue leading my group through this 6-week body weight program, because I am doing posts on there too that are exclusive to the app in our community group. So I have posts to do, and I have like another couple of programs that I want to fledge out inside the app, and just kind of get that like entire content plan going, and kind of like a good management process for that. So that one's kind of like, I need more time to like fledge out that goal and kind of what it looks like, but I am hoping to have it fully fledged out to where people can purchase the membership by May. So it's gonna be in the next couple of weeks that I have to like really kind of dive in and get all of that done. Okay, finally moving on to financial goals. So the first one is, I obviously want to create an April budget and go over a March budget and figure out where we can cut expenses. We've honestly been doing really, really well as far as like saving money and not overspending. However, I don't feel like I know where every dollar is going. I think we've gotten in, especially me, not so much Daniel, but I think I've gotten in a bad habit of like, oh, we have a little bit of a margin, I'm just gonna pick this up, I'm just gonna buy this, and not being as particular when I'm at like the store about what I'm getting, of being like, oh, no, I'm getting these groceries because these are the meals I'm doing. I'll pick up like random ingredients that I think like, oh, I could do something with this. So trying to be more strict about that, so that we can like obviously know where every dollar is going. Also, the other one is, I want to get a debt payoff snowball plan created. If you're familiar with like Dave Ramsey's program, he has like this concept called the debt snowball. Basically, it's where you pay off the smallest debts first, and then you take the minimum payment and put it toward the next smallest debt, and then you take those minimum payments, put it in the next smallest debt, and so on and so forth, and it creates this snowball to where pretty soon you're paying a lot toward these bigger debts that you have. And Daniel and I have a lot of student loan debt, so that's a big goal for us to pay off our student loans. So I want to kind of lay all that out. I did it when we were first married and we were like really on track, but then after COVID and after we bought our house, I feel like I fell off of that and wasn't able to do it as much. So I really want to get back into that. Okay, so the next one is to sell our Jeep. So we recently got a new car, which is so fun and exciting, but we need to sell our other car. So if there's a lot of work that needs to be done on it just to like get it ready to sell, but I want to make that like a big priority for this month. Okay, and then I have a couple of like fun goals that I just like, they're not super important, and if they don't get done, it's not the end of the world, but they're just kind of like fun things that I think will be fun for April. So the first one is, I want to plant a garden. In April, it's a little early for us, so we're in zone 4, I think. I'm not totally sure which zone we're in, but we're like the last to plant because we have such a long winter in Colorado. So technically you're not supposed to plant until like after Mother's Day here. So, but I was thinking I can basically just start a garden box inside or outside and then just move it in if we're having bad weather. But I want to plant like some vegetables and things like that and do more research on that and actually have a garden going. Juliet and I also planted like in an egg carton some seeds. So we have some like flowers that are starting to sprout, which is really fun, but I think that would be a really fun activity for the kids. And then another one is I would love to start doing yoga every night. Like this kind of could go in the health goal, but it's also more for just like, I want to get more flexible and incorporate that into my routine. I love yoga, but I just find that I don't do it very often. So kind of just trying to plan on doing like yoga every evening, like a little yoga with Adrian, something like that, I think would be really, really fun. Okay, so that's everything for my monthly reset. Now it's time to get some cleaning and just getting the house kind of reset because like I said, there's a lot to do. I can already tell this is gonna be one of the hardest habits to keep is drinking my water. I'm like, if they say if you're already feeling thirsty, you waited too long. So you're supposed to drink before you feel thirsty. Normally, if I keep it around, I will just keep drinking it. I also, when I went to the store today, did not buy myself any LaCroix or kombucha or poppy or anything like that because I know I will reach for like a can of something over my Stanley if I have the option. So, making myself only drink these for a little bit. It's Stanley or nothing. Now I'm gonna get my workout in. It is 5:30. Quickly get my workout in and probably wrap up this video because I'm very tired. I was going to do a recipe tonight, but my mom had some leftover ham because yesterday was Easter. And so I think I'm gonna do just some like really simple little ham sliders because I have some rolls left over too that I want us to eat so that they don't like get stale. So I think we're gonna do that for dinner. The kids are actually at my parents' house right now for a little play date. And we normally do that on Mondays, which is really nice. Just give me a little bit of time with no kids in the house so I can just kind of tidy up and reset. So I got some dishes done, I got some laundry going. I'm pretty caught up on like cleaning the laundry. I have not folded and put all the laundry away. So that is probably what we're gonna be doing tonight after yoga. Okay, so this is the app that I use. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, but it's called Trainerize and I really, really like it. I've so far really liked using it for my clients and I feel like it's gonna work really well as like a membership service for people. So today I am doing an upper body workout, so let's get right into it.
Let's get into position. We'll start in 3, 2, 1.
So we just finished dinner and we are starting to wind down for the night. So I think I'm gonna end this video here, but I hope you guys enjoyed this little monthly reset. I had so much fun making it and I'm really excited to start the new month with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.